Save me from the side of myself. I cannot look away. About to crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf. Pull me from my silhouette. Years we've been estranged. Now a broken shell remains. I cannot embrace what I regret. Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. An image held inside the very world I build. Please help me now, 'cause I can't even feel enough to know if I get out. I'm numb to the pain, but hollow without. Floating in a world of glass, I can imitate. Got a smile worth its weight. When the mirror breaks, will someone ask? Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill. A hostage held inside the very world I build. Please help me now, 'cause I can't even
Hello and welcome
Hello and
to
welcome
the
CSC to the
the
Prospect
ATL
semifinals of
ATL best of three. We are already underway in the pistol round. But I'm so excited to be bringing the action here with Spoob. Spoob, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm ready to watch specifically our two teams play against each other.
I'm really excited about this one, Kono. I think that these are two of the best teams in the tier. I think that this prospect tier has been incredibly stacked this season, and there are a couple of good teams out there. But I think that these two might be the biggest heavyweights, and either one of these I would probably have as a favorite to win the grand finals, whoever moves on from this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know we were talking before the stream or before the game started about the two teams, to each other. I
Well,
I have to fix some technical difficulties if you want to.
yeah, well,
we
there
can talk
goes the
about that
pistol round. Tridents starting on the CT side here of Overpass. Usually CT side's pretty good. And, this is the Tridents map pick. I think they'll be very comfortable here. I'll say on this map especially, a player to watch would be Boom Taka. He is Overpass global, you might say. So definitely one to keep eyes on there. Also, Spooty has been absolutely just clicking everyone on the head this season. And apart from those two on the other side of UPS, Zing has crazy numbers on the op. And I know, there's a lot of depth on both of these rosters, but I'm always curious to see what Mickwick is doing, see what he's cooking up for UPS, especially on a T side that's hard like Overpass.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know Overpass definitely isn't like one of their preferred maps per se. It was something that I think they played like once or twice in the regular season, lost on it, and have chosen to kind of ban it since. But seeing it here in playoffs obviously is not too surprising when you do end up having to have you are forced to play 3 out of the 7 maps. Well, I mean, even then, you only get 1 permaban, right?
You get one ban, yeah. Yeah, I think this CT start is off to a good start. I mean, we see a full eco here from the T's, so maybe they just want to get the guns out as quickly as possible, and they're just playing this round slow, see if they can get ATL to throw as much util as they can. And, maybe finagle a bomb plan out of it. It would be nice.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep fixing a couple more things last second here while we're on a slower round.
So we see Julio moving down to the connector, or Spooty awaits. They'll get the trade.
They do get one. MP9 is
That's
dropped over to
MP9
Zing.
as well.
I say Mickwick, should just be traded out there. And now Zing lasts alive, just looking to cause any other damage. Just farm some money with that MP9.
Yeah, $600 for a kill here. That's pretty good.
One. Looking for another.
He has only 16 seconds to play with, so it'd be hard to take this round down, but...
Ooh, he comes away with 2, but yeah, a nice little setup stacked on the B site, ready to stop him from, getting any farther than that. And Tridents take the lead 2-0.
Yeah, but I think UPS will be happy about how that eco round played out. I mean, 3 kills. Tridents didn't have a bunch of rifles that they lost, but still, it's a lot of reinvestments to pull. And yeah, like we said, those kills on the SMG. Pay your debts.
Yeah, and now we see an early op come out from Zing.
Yeah, I was going to say, no op on the CT side, so we'll see if Zing has a pick in mind to play for, or if he's just going to utilize these long angles.
Yeah, and I really like this util from Tridents. I do have to compliment that.
I was going to say.
Trying to stop them from being able to push into this playground area towards Fountain. That smoke and molly combo. They have elected to just kind of sit a little farther back though to start, but nonetheless that util still creates the pressure. Julio's having to use util, like he's making his presence known that he's up here.
Yeah, and look at this rotate that's gone down off the B pick. I mean, we're seeing 3 players I think towards B with just 1A now. We lose the Tridents lose short presence with Boomtaka dying, so yep, they're going to stall some more.
Yeah, and UPS are still
kind of deep.
Far if they ever wanted to consider A, but Ozzy's just going to open up B with 1, maybe 2. He does connect. That's a 2K.
It's a very nice B 2K. Site. The crosshair placement on that first kill was excellent.
Yeah.
Julio I think if I'm Snow, I want to grab that M4 and I want to book.
I don't know. He's
nothing to fight for here.
Yeah, Saken's already pushed up into heaven. Snow's just gonna run with his life as well he can.
Yeah, I'll say if that's how the rounds are going to play out, with UPS playing really slow and deliberate, then we might be counting on them to actually have to hit some of those really nice entry kills like we saw there. Because if you don't know the util and you can't get through the map quickly, safely, then yeah, I mean, Overpass is so big, it gets really hard on these T sides to have enough util to take a site at the end of all this sometimes. Snow goes down.
Yeah,
out
absolutely.
In the open, no man's land.
Yeah, no, I definitely think they played it well. I mean, Ozzy was in fact even, blinded. I don't know who threw it, but he was kind of stuck in short, at least partially.
Yeah, I think there was a chance for Switch to kill him there, but I think the MP9 just, the time to kill there. He didn't have you need to hit like 2 or 3 headshots immediately almost, so.
And they are kind of, I don't know, their money situation's a little weird. I didn't realize that they had invested, I guess, into that last round. And so now they're on pistols. They are going to aggressively push this fountain area. Now Julio just holding the next on 1, onto 2.
Yep. You got to get your ecos, get your eeks.
Yeah, Nick Wake with 2 of his own, and now it's all left up to Snow with a deagle, just trying to look for any damage that he can create. Does spot Zing in the back, but
maybe they don't know.
No,
Playground
he definitely knows.
AWOL.
Oh no, he doesn't know. Zing has the bomb,
thinks
though.
It's a friendly.
Oh, he takes down the bomb. It's stuck in Monster.
Man, why are you shooting me? Well, the answer would be that it's Snow. He's behind you.
Oh, he's got a good angle. You could definitely find another, but Ozzy with a returning shot connects to the head. And it's going to be only 1 taken down from UPS as the match is all tied up now.
Yeah, not a crazy amount of danger in that round. A couple deagles, so, certainly things can still go sideways, but saw a couple default pistols there with no armor just pushing forward, looking to see if they could catch someone isolated and not paying attention.
I was going to comment on it as well, but even though they one, I didn't expect them on round 3 to have invested enough that they couldn't buy round 4, and now we're on round 5, and they still can't buy. Because they were down, they bought those deagles on 1400. Yeah. Well, if they just didn't buy the deagle, they would have been fine, I thought.
No, I think Spooty started the round with 1400, and I think one other. I can't remember who.
Either way, this is the 3rd run in a row without any real impact of a buy. But MP9 does manage to take down 1. As UPS
got one more player here.
Yeah, they're poising to go B. Saken's just holding the space right
Saken's
now.
low. If Trout gets this fight, could be an easy one.
Oh, nice shot from Spooty.
Yep. That's the
Trout
low player,
has the play
though.
here. He has the play. He gets the first. Connects with the second. And now it's down to a 1v1.
Nice double. Zing on the up. Posts up on short. Trout is walking around a monster. We'll see if he can read it. He still has time, so he could. Yep. He's just going to take it A.
Play the safe option. Ooh,
we'll give
I
Trout
love this.
The option to upgrade, but does he expect this?
Trout's not looking. With
the missed shot.
I hope I'm not.
Yeah, you can understand why Trout's not just knife out immediately there. He wants to see if he'll give him one more chance at it.
Ooh, I am ahead of you a little, I just realized. So yeah, how are we gonna do this? Because I'll
just gasp preemptively. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, Trout is on the defuse. Zing does not know where he planted the bomb.
Wow, that's a crazy round. They win.
Zing will hold on to his op, but yeah, that's a freebie for the Tridents there.
Yeah, and I mean, I hope it's captured in the replay, but I mean, that round is just, it's off the back of Trout being able to just tuck in the short there. All of UPS coming up monster and him finding that timing to get that 2K onto the bomb site.
Yeah, so, absolutely. A very timely kill from Spooty on the rotate there in the heaven. And it just, draws all the attention. They don't expect Trout to already be there, so... Spooty dives down the connector.
So round number 6, we do have a proper buy finally from both teams here. ATL even investing into their own op onto Snow. Switch is in a pretty strong
ATL's
off
taking
angle
short control.
here.
Look at Switch's angle here. I don't know if they're ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to find
That's two free kills.
kills.
Ozzy has his knife out, yeah.
So the response from UPS is going to be walking up into bathrooms, trying to take some of this A space, as looks like Spooty is still wanting to contest. Maybe going to look for a fight. A really high
Snow's
support
just
flash
falling
from
back
someone down
off
below.
long. Yeah.
He is going to spot the shoulder and get a free kill on Julio.
It's a nice off angle there.
Yeah, smart move to as well. Back up. And now it's just left up to Mick, Wick, and Zing. Gonna have to find some crazy picks. They're given one. I don't know if they're going to be swinging anymore. ATL has been pretty disciplined so far this game, I believe. And yeah, I mean with this sight hold here, Snow has the option to just tuck, but I
mean, there's 20 seconds in this, so
yeah,
it's unclear to me if UPS is even going for this. They might just want to try and hold on to these guns.
I still think they're just looking for a potential pick, but like I said, I mean, ATL is just never going to give it to them in this situation. And Trout's got this flank covered. They aren't going to go hunting.
Trout, I'm going right after Tom. I'm looking to see if I can really punish here. Yep. You see him looking a bit, but it seems like they might not find anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't really struck me as a team to go and, hunt, per se.
No. I mean, it's like you said, they just barely got their economy together for a buy, so you can understand wanting to keep as many rifles as possible here and try and just build that bank.
Yeah. And I mean, with their economy in mind, it is honestly quite the miracle that they are up currently 4-2 on their CT side. I mean, I know teams tend to... I've always felt that, like, the lower in tier you go, the easier it is to, just play out T side rather than CT side.
Yeah.
But, this Overpass is regarded as one of those more CT-sided maps, and so...
Spooty's in trouble here. It's a very heavy con and short water default here. Spooty almost gets caught in the back, but he gets out.
The jump
I think we're missing a short pipe Molotov from the CT side in this round.
We have a lot of information on all these players sitting here.
Boom gets one off Monster.
Leo
Short
nice
play worked before.
Now it's all
one
up
more
to
is on
Boom.
Toxic. UPS has a molly. But he times the cross and gets out. Now this is tough. This is a tough B site to get into. Yep. You really need that Monster part of the play to actually pan out in some capacity. You need to pull attention out to the far right, get all eyes off of that narrow choke on construction there. But unfortunately for them, maybe the timing is a little bit off. Maybe needed a flashbang or two to get them out there. But you understand. I mean, that play worked for them before, just walking up short and clicking them on the head. But that does go ahead and break the eco for UPS, so they're going to take a pistol round here. We'll see if they go for something scrimmy or if they have a plan here. I see 5 T's trucking towards B. It's a B rush.
They're running straight through that smoke.
Into the molly. It's a nice nade from Boom. But he doesn't get anyone. They're out. Trout manages 2 there. That's big. That keeps this round doable. Do they clear under heaven? They do. That's a good retake.
Yeah, well played by ATL. I mean, that nade managed to chunk a little bit more of like the players towards the back, and so that kind of the initial charge still had a lot of their HP. And it definitely seemed a little scary at first with them able to kind of take out that toxic player and get that plan on the site. But yeah, the quick retake was quick, clean retake. Stopped any further damage besides those.
I mean,
first 2 initial kills.
You got to give Trout some credit there. He picks up 4 on the round, but those first 2 especially, just to keep numbers even and keep UPS from you know, scaling up into graffiti and making it hard to get out of this choke here by the red door. Instrumental kills to win that round. Ops back out. UPS. And they're taking short control.
Yeah, and I kind of like this look a little bit better than the previous one. They do have a little bit more presence towards, at least they started towards, you know, looking Fountain. Now taking con control. And so I'm curious how quickly in the round they're going to look to try and walk up and maybe, you know, contest some of those A players, specifically Spoody, who's been pretty consistent about playing, you know, up on Divider here.
Yeah, I'll say these B heavy defaults, they can be tough to come up con late in the round because you don't know if any of the CTs are sitting Fountain just waiting to shoot you in the back. But ATL is not set up there this time. This would be a good round to maybe try and walk up con and look for space. But they'll get the pick on the construction player. Pillar player, switch 2, gets 2 back. 2 more UPS players coming out short and monster.
Yeah, Trout still hasn't been cleared out yet. He is going to receive a molly and just go ahead and tuck back into the smoke, but...
Bomb is running up short now. Should go down.
Yeah, they will be able to plant. They're not looking to scale any farther. Hoping that ATL will walk into some of the crosshairs. Snow, though.
Oh. Snow takes Julio down, and Mickwick is known. Zing takes Mickwick, or takes the op out from Heaven, but now it's a 1v2. He knows the plant. Oh, and what a filthy peek from Drought. Just crab walks on him.
Just the crab walk. Sliding and spraying.
Well, if I'm ATL, I'm pretty happy with how this half is going so far, but you got to keep the foot on the gas here because, you know, overpass T-side is tough. Even 3-4 rounds can be enough for a team with a decent CT side to take it back, so...
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to try and, you know, have a conversation about a little bit. I definitely think that, I don't know. I've seen it go both ways, personally. And I'll probably have to go further into that later, as we're going to get a fast engagement here.
He takes Spoody down on the edge of the smoke. Nice kill. They're going to scale quickly here. Worried about Con, but they're just setting up A smokes as 2 take long.
I mean, with Snow on this angle here, it's going to be very difficult to try and scale up any farther. He does miss the first shot.
Yep. The smoke fades long. This is go time now.
Yeah, nice trade from Seiken. Does do a lot of damage,
Oh,
but
the
isn't able
boom
to find a
takes 2
second.
down. Boosts it up on the dumpster. That's a nasty off angle if you don't know it. Swings things back, but switch 2 on the peak gives 1 away. 2v2 here on the A site. They should know about Zing.
Wow.
Crazy way for that to play out. Boomtaka has 1 HP there, and he swings out. Zing catches him. No-go Snow on the immediate refrag. That's a good round from Snow on the op. We haven't seen it have too much presence, as a lot of the times the T's have been taking short B and just really pressuring B. But, you know, they come A, and Snow delivers.
Yeah, and I really appreciated the pace change there from UPS, kind of going fast towards Fountain and finding the opening pick. In fact, I think for the most part, UPS has been pretty good on their T side about, you know, starting pretty aggressive, like either taking space or getting a pick.
Monster smoke on the B rush here, though.
Oh, and the molly's a little off, but Boom with just
boom, Taka with 4. Can he get the ace? There it is, a nice ace from Boom Taka. It's like I said, this guy is an overpass demon. He plays nothing but overpass, so there it is. But yeah, like you were saying, I think UPS's timing has been quite nice on this T side, actually. I think, you know, in the A-take round that we saw just prior, they timed it well with the CTs running out of long smokes. It'd be hard to say without looking at that round again exactly what's wrong, but maybe we just need a couple more flashbangs.
And so they're going to go right back towards this monster play. They're telling themselves that he can't do it again, but Boomtaka immediately finds 2.
Immediately gets 2 more.
Nade's gonna take out Julio in short.
And now it's a 1v4. 1v5. Okay, why not?
And I guess I shouldn't have complimented them on trying to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing so well, and maybe in my mind I was thinking if they had just slowed down a little bit afterwards, because I think the multi-fragging has been really strong from like some of these setups they have on site, able to kind of like not only just get the trade, but find the second or even third off the execute and like shut it down.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough half for UPS because you don't feel like they should only have 2 rounds. Sure, there was the one defuse round against the op. That was one eco round, but otherwise there were a lot of rounds where they approached map control properly, they took space well, they had advantages, they got picks, and then it was just the actual site takes that they just couldn't quite trade down favorably.
Yeah, it always felt like ATL was also like stacked in those situations. It never really felt like there was I don't know, maybe like a strong enough fake or even just presence towards the other site to like keep a player over there. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe ATL was just like fully set on the gambles. Maybe they were just reading that like, UPS was going to commit to whatever site that they were kind of looking at.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you
so
saw him play
it always felt
retake
like
on
there was-
B a few rounds, so maybe those CT rotates are just fast enough that they felt comfortable in some of those stacks.
Yeah, I guess being able to get into like the heaven and, other positions to just kind of hold and make sure that they can't push any farther and get any more space as after the plant. But
It looks
Yeah,
like a
it's
fast B hit incoming. UPS is 3 here, it looks like. Oh, nice shot, Ozzy. And the Doolies get theirs. But now Ozzy's under pressure. Trades go against him. And the pinch from short, just in time, maybe? This 2v2. Very important for UPS. They need this round.
looks like they wanted to try and go over to A.
Oh! What a nice try by Zing there, but, I mean, Boomtaka just, with the instant trade, there's not a ton Zing can do other than hit the shot. And, yeah, I mean, Ozzy hit a really nice shot that round, Zing hit a really nice shot that round. It looked really good for a second, but then the trades went back the other way. ATL, those Glocks just, they don't let go of W.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like they are just going to continue this push in numbers, using to their advantage. When I just noticed UPS did force into this, so
Yeah.
really important run. If they want
Yeah, you
any,
can kind of understand it. They maybe don't feel like they can win 10 straight against, the buys, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely understand, and I mean, I would very much do the same. Now it's just going to come down to if they're able to hold this A site.
Yeah, I mean,
So they can find
ATL
one.
completely gave up the entire B side of the map. UPS has completely pushed through, so they know exactly what's happening. It's just the weapons are superior for ATL. As I say that, the Mag 7 rings off too, and a nice shot from the scout. Spoody's into a 1v2. And the timing. Oh, yeah. I think he was dead either way there. That was a compulsory round from UPS.
Yeah, much needed force round win if they want to keep themselves in this game at all.
Yeah. See what the investment looks like from ATL here. They are flat Baroque. And we got a Glock round. Kono, what do you like to do on the Glock round?
What exactly what they're doing? I don't know. On overpass, are they gonna?
Maybe they'll just die.
The way that Snow's running makes me think that this call was literally just like one of the around the world. Yeah, I mean,
It might be, yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah,
this is
it looks
probably
like it.
something that I would say. It doesn't look like it's going to work out very well for ATL in this situation, but you never
No.
know, Send 5 Glocks to long really quickly, hope no one's there, and then maybe catch someone off in bathroom by surprise or con.
And Sagan collects his God-given eco ace. Can't be too upset about it. You got to get your ecos,
Yeah, just padding the stats real quickly, making sure that rating's looking nice and sharp, for your playoffs average.
Exactly. And
But
yeah,
yeah,
the
I
money
mean-
was pretty bad from ATL, so they're still on to kind of a crappy buy here. Tech 9s and Mac 10s, and it looks like a fast B play coming in. UPS looking short.
I mean, he's able to get one.
There's still 2 players B here, though. And the molly is nicely timed.
Sagan's made it down con, though.
Yep. That worked. He threw that from A site. That's awesome. Yeah, you can throw nades and mollies through these hedges at the opposite bomb sites. Yeah, that's awesome.
Insane nade from Zing to actually get a kill.
But this should be the buy from ATL. They only need 2 more to close it out, so...
Yeah, and I feel the need to kind of make a comment here on their eco. I feel like ATL has taken a ridiculous number of, like, you know, kind of poor buys, and I definitely understand, you know, the economy can be pretty tough, and I don't know. I feel like there is a bit of, like, misplay when it comes to how exactly they're managing their money.
Yeah, and that first half it came down to...
try and have to pay attention to more.
Yeah, in the first half, I think it came down to some of those sloppy anti-ecos, where we saw, you know, 3 kills with a picked up MP9. Trout gets an opening pick here, though. That's down on B. He just walks through the monster smoke and kills one.
Yeah, they do have Julio in kind of controlling the short space, though. He's just watching for the kind of walk up as, you know...
Powerful spot to be in, but if he's, you know, caught sleeping on the timing...
Oh, and I guess he is. He should have the info, though, that, like, there isn't really a B play going on here, right? Like, it was just a one-guy monster. There's not been many other footsteps, and now all the util's coming out A. But even still...
Yeah. I think maybe even just that 1 kill on monster was enough to keep him worried about it. They didn't know where he went to, so... This could still be a CT round, though. They have the op here on A. See if ATL fully commit to this. Long smoke is going to make this tough. It looks like maybe they're retreating down bathrooms and they want to take it B. Boom gives a peek over.
Yeah, and they don't have a ton of time to do this. They're only just now walking down, and...
Mick has basically given the site, but you could easily
clear
see
all these corners. At some point, they're going to have to start running, and Mick should be able to call his teammates down.
That's a footstep, yep. The rotate is on.
And the question is, what is Spooty going to be able to do with this lurk here? As Zing...
But that's not the bomb. The bomb is going to get down. 2v3 though now. And now Spooty is alone, and it's not planted for him Heaven.
Yeah.
No way to plant for Heaven there. They needed to smoke it, I think.
Defusing yet, though?
The fuse is on. No way to... No.
I just don't
Mick is sticking out. His fat BBL sticking around the corner. Spooty just takes out his dumper.
What am I watching?
That's tragic. Yeah, just probably rushing to get on the bomb. He needs to make sure he's on the right side of things. Oh, that's a big round for ATL to win. That was very back and forth. Yeah, I like the rotates a lot from UPS. I think they honestly outplayed ATL right until the very end, you know? The shotgun's back out. We already saw this get a few kills, so...
Yeah, and once again, back to another kind of slow round. I'm starting to pick up on the fact that I think ATL likes to play slowly.
Yeah. I'll say this, I know Boom Taka, he's calling for ATL, and he's pretty fresh on the job calling. He's done a great job this season, just figuring out how he wants to play the game and how he can set up these guys to really shine. I mean, Spooty has some of the best stats in the tier. Switch and Trout have definitely been overperforming their MMR. Ooh. As I say that, Ozzy knocks out too. Free AK.
It's so weird being ahead of you.
How far ahead
I'm
are you?
like a good second, I would say.
Oh, wow.
It's like I have to, I don't know. If I react, I feel like I'm reacting early before it actually happened, and it just kind of spoils it.
It might just be my ping. I'm East Coast, Southeast, so. This should be an easy round for UPS to close out. No time for Boom here. Might just select to save. Cool. UPS got to string 6 together in a row now, though, and that can be tough. Can't be making any mistakes here at this point. Yeah, ATL's money, once again, very odd. I see a Glock, Mac-10, a saved rifle, obviously. So he's not going to be able to afford anything, but...
Yeah, I said I was going to pay more attention to it, and then I got distracted by my loving mother coming in to give me some medication.
Uh-oh. This could be bad for ATL. Julio could easily get, like, 3 or 4 here.
I mean, if they all jump through this smoke together, but he's walked across... Oh... Again.
Oh, switch 2 with the Glock. Just making space. Trade is in. There's still a 1-player pit. Do they clear him? Wait, Snow is past him. They haven't...
What?
They do not check their corners. Snow just jumps right over Mickwick. I'm not really sure why ATL isn't expecting a 3rd player be there. I mean, it's Overpass, so it's pretty normal.
I think maybe expecting, but just like wasn't sure where. Especially like maybe with some like false comms on like what was clear, what wasn't.
Yeah. Definitely could have been chaotic in call, so.
And so Raging Rigatoni have managed to put together a couple rounds here. I'm trying to string together a comeback.
Yeah, 5 rounds. This is doable. This ain't over.
Ooh.
They come stomping up connector. Goes 1-for-1 Seiken and Khan. And they're going to scale fast A.
Yeah, they're going quick.
Op is on long.
Shot does not connect. Oh, and...
Oh, he made sound. Boom Taka gets him in the butt. And now it's a 3v2. This is a tough retake all of a sudden. Some donated nades over too to delay. If ATL Tridents can just keep this post plant together, they should win this. I don't love this spot from Spooty. It's very forward, and he loses his fight.
Yeah.
It's planted for bathrooms, so this is still a difficult post plant to take down. There's one with the op, and they know he's not on it, so this should be almost unwinnable from Aussie. And just barely misses. And Boom Taka with a 3K. Takedown Overpass. Yeah, I mean, I will say this is ATL's map pick, so I think they're expecting to take it here. And as advertised, Boom Taka topping the server with 105 ADR. A couple of really nice multi-kill rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams looked overall pretty good here. Had a couple of rounds on that T side, managed to go over to the UPS side. Had a couple rounds maybe gone their way there. They, maybe could have brought the game a little closer.
Yeah, but, I think that 1v1 that Zing lost to Trout with the op, where he missed the shot on B, I think that shot is going to be bugging him. That's one where you think that could have been a lot of momentum that we kept in our favor on T-side overpass, Yeah,
I definitely think there was a lot there that they could look back on and kind of like, linger on. But if I know anything about UPS side of things, they are a pretty resilient squad. I mean, just their past match, their quarterfinals series did end up going the distance. They lost as well, map 1 in a pretty dominant. It was a pretty stomp of a loss, and then still managed to come back and win the next 2 here. So ATL don't have all their work necessarily cut out for them just yet. And I mean, I'm still hoping for an exciting series overall.
I'd love to see 3 maps here, as biased as I am. I'll say, yeah, I think the Tridents are. I haven't watched every game in Prospect or anything, but I would say they're probably the best overpass team in the tier. They play it a lot, they all like it. And, I think UPS, they had a very respectable showing, but clearly it's not, their go to map. So I think we'll probably see a lot more depth out of the T sides on these next 2 maps, especially if we get to Mirage. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, we are going to be sending it over to a quick break. Maybe try and find some way that I can not spoil things as they're going on. But either way, stay tuned. We'll be right back for more action.
Okay.
And we're back with map number 2 on Ancient, which is the Raging Rigatoni's pick as they are down in the series by 1 map, looking to fight their way back, do a little reverse sweep in this best of 3. I'm here, still joined with my loving co-caster, Spoob.
Hello.
Spoob, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. We see a fast play up mid. Raging Rigatoni looking for the donut to A split. And Switch is just fighting. P2000 in the open. He gets 2. Here comes the A main peak. Doesn't get 1. And we'll see what UPS's plan B is, because it looks like every single CT alive is here.
Ooh. And they might be able to catch some people. Oh.
That's a terrifying fight to swing into if you're Zing on low health there. You can understand how the trade doesn't come in. But now it's a 2v4. You've lost the bomb, and ATL has it directly at their sights in a very difficult part of the map to get out from without losing a kill. It would be a great upset if UPS took this pistol round. It's the spot. Trap gets 1 more.
There's just so many angles. It's like, what do you even do? I really thought that might go their way too when Spoody, he's like the first to rotate, and he just did not even like have a care for Red Room. I mean, I just saw him sprint straight to B, the moment that they kind of felt like it wasn't going to be an A hit. And so I really thought those 2 players walking forward are going to be able to find a timing, but no, unfortunately that second player managed to turn around, and so ATL do lock in yet another pistol. Are we keeping track? How many... I
think ATL's won all 3 pistols so far. I think they got ecoed after pistol on overpass CT side, so they only got 1 round out of it, but yeah. And it's a fast A play with Glocks and Tech 9. Just 1 here. He does get traded. A retake is on. Oh, no, Switch 2's out from the temple. Looking for someone to shoot.
Finally goes down.
And everyone's just tucked. And now it's a man advantage. And Julio pushes CT and gets a second. Oh my god.
A team kill.
And Big Quick executes Saken.
Excuse me?
For his transgressions.
The flank does finally come in.
And it's a 1v1 now. On the big box. Julio tucking.
Oh, I think he only had 37 HP at the start of that
Trout
fight.
has no fear. That is a wild round. I mean, that's 1 Tech 9. And basically nothing else. I guess a smoke for CT. And yeah, you just kind of... I mean, Switch did a great job on the pistol round. He got 2 huge kills to stop the initial A play, just out in the open, but there you see the aggression come back to bite him. He is out there on the site, trying to retake before the bomb has gone down, and there's just no one peeking him.
I forgot to switch my cameras to Ancient. Oops. But alas...
The buy comes in.
Yeah, full buy from UPS.
It looks like a
AKs,
B play.
and
I think they missed that jump up molly. But they're taking fast jag space.
Switch is up here quick.
Switch is up here quick, but I think Julio might have him. Oh no, he just walked right past. Julio seems to have an idea he might be there. Yeah, now he'll certainly know. Oh no. What? And Snow gets up on the jump up as well and takes down Julio, who you thought was going to get Switch for free. Trades down to a 2v4. And now just 1 man left on the ramp. It's Zing in the clutch. Looking. Clearing back out the B lane. And the only thing that Zing has going for him here is that he has the bomb on his back. He's going to phase this smoke. But he's going to have to make sound if he wants to go A, and that should be heard. Here comes the rotate. He will, I think, get a free plant here. Yep. And Snow over peeking. Zing has himself a post plant. This is a winnable round now.
Zing has been a clutch master for this team, but with only 9 HP, I don't know.
Oh, and that smoke from Trout is big. It's going to make this really tough. Tap on the bomb. Zing doesn't bite. Still not shooting.
Going down to a smoke spray. I mean, honestly, probably the best thing he could have asked for with how low HP he was there.
Yeah.
And had he been able to like line up with a bomb in that situation, it makes it so much harder for them to trade him out. Even
Yeah. I mean, it was a good attempt from Zing. He gets a bomb plant. He gets another kill. So, that's going to help them in the long run. But
that round
yeah,
was so weird, though.
that was very chaotic.
Say Switch managed to catch that crazy timing, like around Julio, just passing him on an unsmoked entrance to
like
Jag.
ships in the night.
And then, just the walk up on the site.
I know, I am spookcasting Spooty. We would have signed Spooty, no matter what. He could have been terrible, and I would have had to draft him, but it helps that he's very good.
I told Skrunkly, our media had the wrong name when it came to the announcement. So
I think they put out a ping, yeah.
Yeah, for a little while there when the ping initially went out, it said Spooty was actually casting his own game.
He's just that good. He does it all.
Yeah.
Walk up the B ramp, look for a pick. Julio doesn't get it. He will kill the mid player on jump up. Now this is back into a 4v4.
Dude, and ATL just don't flinch, by the way. Like, Trout just did not care.
Yeah.
He's been holding this position the whole time, and I was wondering if it was going to pay off.
Oh, Julio powering up here. Spooty takes one back, but still man disadvantage. See if Julio keeps looking. Oh, he's going to go through the smoke. He's not stopping.
Just choosing to sit in it. And now Snow caught with his hands down.
Oh. Spaghetti's in. Spooty will finish Ozzy off, but time is starting to run low on this. And Julio just cannot be stopped. He's on for the ace here. Snow only has 11 HP, and they should know exactly where he is. And that's Julio with the 4K to win that round. He won't get the ace, but I don't think he's too upset at Zing for stealing it there. He only had 7 HP, so not sure he wanted to sign up for that fight.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Going back to my comments about ATL just like unflinching off some of these kills, I feel like I've seen it a handful of times, work really well for them, and then other times maybe, bite them in the ass a little bit. But I think, potentially, who was it? Trout? Yeah, Trout in that situation was set up to maybe go big, but, just some big entries from Julio.
Yeah, Julio hit some really nice shots. Ozzy's going to get 2 more here, and he'll get away before he gets traded.
So now completely open B bomb site.
Yep. This should be a UPS round every day.
Yeah, they haven't figured it out just yet. Boom is going to be able to walk through. Actually not.
Spot.
Does get spotted out.
Yeah.
Oh. What a nice swing.
Nice flashbang too, but the nades back just pulverize him.
What a double nade. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually kill him.
It's crazy that he lives there.
How much health does he have?
1, I think. Yeah. What's the real life equivalent of escaping from 2 HE grenades with 1 HP?
Yeah. That's a good question. Sagan did not escape, however.
No. Yeah, ATL having to save here, their money is really weird. I mean, this is what we were talking about on Overpass. Looks like they might scrounge together a buy here. Boom could drop the MP9 and buy another one, or a FAMAS. We'll see what they end up doing. And it looks like they're just going to say, we're going to put our faith in Spooty. See if we can have him win us around on the AK. And everyone else, we're just going to minimal invest by next round. And it's an A play. Snow with the molly, but that's a little late. T's are just going to run through the CT molly. They fan out across the A site. ATL tries to get into retake positions. They'll have a fast flank here from Switch 2.
Ooh, the push of the smoke, almost. almost able to punish UPS, but
Yeah.
thankfully they did have one person actually watching that and does manage to find the kill. There's a flank.
And I wouldn't hate to see Spooty just get out and dodge with the AK. But he wants one. He's not going to get it.
Yeah, and so my question here now is, what is... Oh, okay. I mean, there's no way he wins this round, though, right?
I don't think he
Good
has
damage,
time,
though.
so...
Surprised he doesn't want to try and pick up the AK and go for a couple more kills.
I mean, this is tough. They seem well aware of what he's trying to do, and they're just running away from him.
There's no way. But yeah, I'm curious what they do for their buy now, right? Because it was kind of like a hero buy situation where the majority of the players were staying above like 2K for ATL. They do have the 3-loss bonus, right? So, but there was a couple players that did manage to dip like just below, you know, that 1400, around that number. And so I guess we see that hitting in two FAMASs.
And a P90 from Trout. ATL here is saying, we're going to put faith in our shooters. They're minimal util investment. And on a map like Ancient, where, you know, some of these chokes are really hard to get even fights on, you know, I'm not sure about this round.
Yeah.
They've lost mid-control.
I think the big thing for me is at least they didn't just have another pistol round. However, UPS member falls through the smoke there. Now, Switch
will
is
get
able to
his.
pick up second. Yeah.
Just like that, it's a 5v3. And all three Ts are in towards B lane and Jag, so they don't have much room on the map. Mickwick with a nice kill through the wall there. And the P90 gets one. There you go.
I think Zing maybe tagged to the wall from Mick's spray.
This is a winnable round. It's turned into a 2v3, and Zing seems well aware. Maybe Mick spotted Switch. They have time to go A still. But you do have to get past this gun here.
They are going to clear it, though, and
a 1-for-1 trade leaves Mickwick down into the 1v1. But ATL seems ahead of this rotate. Molly should allow him to plant here. He's just going to retreat back to Donut immediately. The CT smoke. I don't think that if you're ATL you respect this, but it looks like they will. They're going to let Spooty just walk through Temple and try and play this slow. There's no kit here, and there's no smoke, so this is much harder round for ATL than previously.
Extending on the open.
The spot
Let's
is
take
on.
A couple shots.
I think he's seen both now. I think Mickwick should know. And Snow has to hit a shot here. I think he's missed the defuse. No time. You need to run and save the op. Wow. That is a round grinded out by the Raging Rigatoni there. They were down 3 versus 5, and they just managed to get picks and trades down into a situation where they can win. Kono, have I told you about unknown net message 761?
You know, I think you have once before. But I wanted to get some little cameras, you know?
Nice.
A little fun.
And this CT side, back onto a busted buy here. See pistols come out. They're not stacking or pushing anything.
Dude,
Snow pushes
I
A
swear.
main. He'll get one. So this
These
rotate
eco
should be
weapons always been good for one.
quick. Oh. Switch almost got its absolutely wrecked through the smoke. He's walking through. There's one. Doesn't clear Frog, though. And now it's just down to Trout.
Yeah, and had that not been an eco round, I think ATO honestly could have maybe, you know, walked away with a potential, like, actual retake there. I do have to commend them for, you know, not being afraid to kind of just push these smokes, especially on certain timings that I've noticed, you know, whether the bomb being planted or whatever. The flanks have been consistent as well, just either sending a player through main or just making sure they're, like, you know, holding that donut space. And
yeah, but I think this is what we needed to see from the Tridents, is a proper buy with proper util. We saw one before that they narrowly lost where they just didn't have the util. A smoke or a kit would have made all the difference. Here they have all the nades they could really ask for. And after the opening exchange of util, the Bs have a lot of control. The Ts have a lot of control towards B.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they are failing to, you know, look for is this mid space. It's not going to matter with a flash like that, though.
Yeah. Switch is just doing the flashbang dance on boost box.
But yeah,
the B-side
I mean,
take is in.
I was going to say, the lack of mid control. Oh, the spams
Trout
through
gets
smoke.
through the smoke. That's brutal. Back into a 3v3 here as Zing gets one on the flank. And now you see Boomtaka. He's a little worried about Red Room. That's a flashbang. And the trades go ATL's way. And Zing catches a dink. Oh, Boomtaka takes him out. Closes out the 2v1. Wow. Yeah, Trout is definitely the hero of that round. He gets 2 kills through the smoke there. I mean, just absolutely delays the plant, you know, so long, gives everyone a chance to reset and get into position for the retake.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think kind of building off that mid point, though, I mean, it doesn't even affect them here. Right? I think UPS has been able to kind of, you know, look back and, I guess, cover their asses in a sense. But
Yeah.
I have seen some rounds where it does get a little scary when they are able to, you know, walk up Xbox or
Yeah, it
jump
seems
up
to me
and-
like UPS are pretty comfortable in these like really B lane heavy defaults where they're giving away that, you know, mid space early. They're not really wanting
The
to
mid
contest
as well
elbow,
as-
maybe the util.
in
So
the A main space. I mean, I definitely understand that it's not super common to necessarily want to like push all the way through main. I guess this round they are choosing to walk back, potentially try to punish someone if they were to go for that space.
yeah. And ATL hasn't exactly taken a hold of mid here. We've seen Switch 2 a lot jumping up this jump up box and maybe overstaying his welcome getting picked in some of these rounds. He's not there here. So UPS is going to find mid open. We'll see what the reaction is if they do actually end up taking it here, but they look poised to do so. Some A pressure is drawing a lot of rotates, though.
Yeah, and a
Trout
smoke
is
down
all alone
ramp.
on B off of just a
Stops.
donut smoke. And I think an A molly earlier. It has given UPS the chance to just walk out mid and get in a donut here. I don't think the Tridents are aware of this. I mean, this could go south very quickly for the Tridents.
Ooh,
Good trade there
Real-
from Mickwick.
the real
He's
question
ready
is
for
if they're
Snow
going
to
to
be
expect
here. It
2A.
looks like he's expecting it.
Oh, but I think
but the
Mick has
rock
the
back
call
to
here.
B.
He's just going to go back to B. He
It's
knows
just
that
one
pick is
on
going to
B.
pull them over.
Oh no, there's only 17 seconds. He's decided to go A.
I think he could have ran and he could have made it in time.
I think
Was
so
it just
too. I think he had it
taking
if he
any
went,
space?
but it may be a hard call to make in that moment. I don't think you're ready for this. Yeah, I mean, you're just walking into a bear trap at that point. That's tough. I really would have liked to see that call on the rock back to B, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't have enough info to feel comfortable making it.
Yeah, I think once they had gotten that trade in Donut, really any chance that Aussie had to potentially just walk up, you know, and try and look for any of the B players rotate. I mean, ATL have been really good about sitting a player, you know, on each of the sites and kind of holding their position. But had Aussie even been able to just find that player and, you know, potentially
It's Spooty.
it's Kono.
Yeah, I was about to say I think this is the first tech pause we've seen all series, but I think it's just a tech because Switch 2 disconnects there. And maybe we need another technical pause for us to get our stuff together, because that ain't my name. I might go see if I can find a score update on the other semifinal that's going on right now.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay. So yeah, Academics versus the Boa, Crown Cobras versus Associates. Still on map 1. It looks like they're in overtime on Inferno. In double overtime, even. But yeah, that game's going on over at the A stream. If you're interested in seeing Associates, Crowned Cobras going at it, two more incredibly heavyweight teams. I think there were, I want to say, 6 teams at the top of Prospect that going into the playoffs, it looked like it could be anyone's trophy to win. So yeah, I just think that these playoff games have been like very exciting games. Good teams playing. I've really enjoyed it so far.
Whatever tech issue the pause was called for has been resolved as the round is starting again. Appreciate you on those score updates.
I appreciate you on the name on the overlay. And we're back into the action here. 5-5. UPS on a half buy here, and it looks like the B rush is on. Boom Taka up against
taking a lot of damage.
A lot of Tech 9s running at you, and Ozzy gets 2. He's going to try and get Spooty. Spooty swinging into him, and he can't get another one, so it's 2v3. Switch 2 on the fast flank here, but I think he's made noise, and so he will be known. And he can't get his kill.
Wow, what a shot.
Filthy shot. Yeah, that's the B rush. You get one every game. I mean, on Ancient especially, it's a surprisingly effective strat because a lot of the setups, you're going to have a guy in cave who's peeled off, and the B player can't hear anything, any footsteps, until you basically smoke the molly and you're running up the ramp. And at that point, it's too late to reposition. So, yeah, I think Boom Taka probably needed to get at least one to keep that round doable.
Yeah, I think, just some of that early damage that, really chunked him made that 1,000 times more difficult.
And I thought UPS was about to bound through this elbow smoke, but it looks like they decided better of it. They're just chilling. Although ATL doesn't exactly have mid-control, Boom Taka's going to go looking.
And for the first time on the last round of this half, it feels like, I guess, maybe it happened a couple other times, but so far...
Ooh, nice shot.
UPS has been pretty heavily in control of this B lane space, with that 5-man heavy B lane that they like to do.
Yeah.
The start of most rounds, and Boom Taka just sitting outside Jag felt like a very different look, and I mean he gets one off of it.
Yeah, and he's been struggling a bit in this game, and Switch 2 had a timing there. We see Ozzy take him out. There's almost a team kill as well. These UPS players are close to death's door.
Spooty just narrowly missing an airstrike. Yeah.
And then he's going to go back in and get one. That's a pretty diabolical swing. I don't think you're expecting that after you just threw 3 nades in the red
disrespect,
Yeah. And this will become an A play, 2 walking out through Donut.
Yeah, but not clearing out main. I mean, it's a gamble that you have to play with how long Spooty's just sitting in this, or Snow, my bad, sitting here. Oh. Mick does another team kill. Excuse me?
Well, Kono, I've IGL'd in the past, and sometimes you just have to establish the pecking order. You just got to really let people know who's in charge.
You know what? I'm going to leak a little bit here. I think Mick Wicks had too much caffeine. He's probably on his 9th monster right now. I think he's got some jitters. I think he's clicking anything that's on his screen, including his own teammates.
I have read some of the prospect chat discourse about Mickwick's caffeine habits, and I can confidently say that one day of his routine would probably kill me.
Yeah, I think it would kill most normal people.
And it's an even half here. 6-6. That's a pretty decent T side. I don't know where you're at on Ancient, but I tend to think of it at this level as generally being a little more CT favored.
Ooh, we've got a timeout. So, okay, let me actually just get your opinion here, because I feel like I was kind of beating around the bush before on Overpass when we were talking about this. But obviously a good handful of the maps are CT sided, some more so than others, right? Anubis being the only like real map in recent time that I would consider like a genuinely like T-sided map, right? At least at the pro level. But in my experience playing Team CS, it feels like, you know, CT side just in general is like a harder side to like, you know, I guess master. And so as I like watch and go down the tiers, it has always felt to me that in CSC, the lower tiers, because of how much harder it is, and you know, game knowledge you need to be able to play a CT side properly, is that even those maps that are CT sided, especially like Nuke back in the day, right? I still felt like teams were better off on T side because it was just a lot easier to like, you know, group and just go kill.
I think part of it is also it's CS2, you know? The mechanics are really, it's swing or be swung. And look at this fake that's coming. Boom gets 2 in Red Room, and everyone else on ATL is up onto the B site planting the bomb. I mean, this fake has worked and then some from Switch 2. Just the sacrificial lamb here. And Boom is going to get cleared out for the 3v3 retake, but a lot of seconds off this bomb already. Ooh, and it catches a goosh.
Dink is going to get him down to 1.
2v2.
You find the long player.
2v2. A lower player on each side. Trout needs to try and live here. And Spooty gets his. 1v2 for Julio with only 7 HP. Let's see what he can do. And he won't be able to take out Spooty.
If we were right about our history on Overpass, that is 4 for 4 pistols for ATL.
Yeah.
Not a good sign if you're a UPS fan.
We'll see if they can get the conversion this time. We saw that was a problem on Overpass, but what I was going to say, Kano, is I think that CS2's mechanics, it's swing or be swung, and it's a lot more intuitive to do that on T side where you're meant to be pushing and aggressing. I think when players, as we get higher and higher level, they start to understand better and better how to still be swinging on CT side without over-peaking and overselling. But I don't know. I think Ancient's a pretty decently balanced map. I think...
I view Ancient as like a very puggy type of map, you know? So it kind of just depends on how knowledgeable you are on your spots, it feels to me, and like, you know, how good you are with those fights, more so rather than...
mid-take here, they're not clearing cutout, and somehow the call doesn't come through. So he's going to get a second on the USP. And now it's a 3v3. There's 157 on Julio, which, in my opinion, is the scariest gun in the entire game. We'll see if they can get into position to make a retake happen.
Oh, he gets an AK, though.
Yeah, that is dangerous. Gun. He's going to route through CT. We'll see what the plan is. I mean, he's smoked out here.
I wouldn't be mad if he just chose to save it.
It looks like that might be the plan. He's going to hang around for a sec, see if someone gets a free frag.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe let the pistols try and look for one extra.
Looks like he's getting out of dodge with the AK. I mean...
He's not. He gets straight in the back by Boom. Yeah, nice. Boom finds the timing there, manages to catch him, try to save, and cleans up the round.
Yeah, I guess Switch 2 just doesn't realize where he's getting shot from. And you see Snow doesn't have a lot of HP to work with, catches one in the back of the head. I'll put the Tridents up 8-6. And Rage and Rigatoni, they have a buy here, and this is looking like some of those ATL buys earlier in the half that they just didn't have enough util. Because while Ancient is very puggy, you know, a lot of people, they know the basic util, and if you're throwing it properly, it can take you a long way on this map. Julio gets traded in Jag. Spooty scaling up and clears cave. It's a double mid setup. And the late elbow peek comes in. But the trades go the way of the Rigatoni.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can see is that we have an isolated Mickwick here on the B-bomb site. It doesn't seem like Rage and Rigatoni have completely figured this one out. The question is Boomtaka clearing this? And he is, but the Famas comes out on top. The instant headshot.
The pre-fire. Did he hear him?
I don't know. He might have just figured it out. I think they knew Spooty was cave earlier, so...
I mean, I guess because of the trade and all, but like, to expect him to walk up... to the caffeine, it's ticking.
It was a very nice shot there from Mickwick. I mean, the Famas is about as good as any other gun if you shoot him in the head.
True.
Except, I guess, you know, the AK. Any other CT side gun, maybe.
I just don't like how it sounds. I feel like I shoot worse with it because it just sounds funny.
I'm gonna sick Nighty at you. He's French. He'll defend his gun. And they're just running through a util here, running down Zing, who manages to get one despite being on only 3 HP and swaps places with the Seiken and the Donut.
Switch, Aussie, of course, with just a running smoke Glock kill in the head.
Let's just switch 2 things. You know, he gets those.
Should still be around for UPS. Only 2 left alive with a low health, and yeah.
It's snow, and yep, they'll clean it up. Only 1 goes down, but a bomb plant here from the Tridents.
Is all
that was a very light investment, so...
What's a decider? Oh, Mirage. I'm just saying. A nice little Mirage game.
A little Mirage game for the boys.
A little OT Mirage action to really
Could
solidify the series. But we're only 8-8 at the moment. Game is just now tied up, and yeah, it looks like Tridents are gonna have a bye. I am starting to notice now that things feel okay. I need your opinion on this, but we'll do it maybe after this round because it's looking like something fast is about to happen.
Oh yeah. We're pausing at the bottom of the B ramp. We did get the jump up kill, so we'll see what Mikwit can deliver here against 5 terrorists. Gets 1, but not the second. T's have control of the B bomb site, and they're clearing cave. Julio's already here. Will he catch switch with util? This is a shot. He knows exactly where he is. Gets the frag.
Ooh,
oh, but Bootaka gets 2
Boom.
back. And all of a sudden, it's a 1v2 for Zing. Trying to play out from the kit from CT.
He's 1 health,
but so is gets
Boom.
Him the duel.
Oh, but so is Boom.
Low, and Zing will take it down with a nice swing. I have to wonder why we're swinging from cave there. I mean, he has to tap the bomb.
On such an important round, too.
Yeah, that's a huge round for momentum. It was a very nice round from Zing. Big 3K there. Pure impact frags.
Yeah, and now my quick question for you. Okay, so shout out to Blob, first and foremost, for this HUD. This HUD is beautiful, absolutely. And I personally love it. I was initially, when I was doing some of the streams with this HUD, was using kind of the default colors. I was actually using the CSC colors, the like kind of yellow and blue. And then I've swapped to the team colors because I thought they looked pretty nice. And I think UPS played against Frog for one of the games. So it was like this nice little green versus red.
Sure,
I like using the franchise colors. But now I'm like mixed up because now
this is very disorienting. Yeah,
is on T. I was curious at what you thought.
I think I saw my boy Chipbap saying he kind of felt the same. He was very confused looking at the mini map and
like,
you know
why is the blue team
blue.
attacking and the red team defending?
Yeah, and Bootaka gets 2 kills here, but that'll be it. On the Tech 9 pop through the smoke. It almost went really sideways for UPS. I think the elbow player pulled util, and the other mid player was jumping up to peek down shelf, so no one had eyes on the smoke for just a second there.
Yeah, it did get kind of scary, but then, you know, as we were just kind of talking, they locked in and, you know, cleaned up the pistol, or the free eco round, I should say. Now, back to some more intense action as we have 5 AKs from ATL. It looks like some mid-util coming in.
Yep. We're going to see Zing posting up with the op and donut, it looks like. We're still contesting mid, though. Julio gets picked on cave.
Seiken's feet are hurting.
Jump up.
Ooh, but that's
Seiken doubles him up. Switch 2 comes through the smoke for the trade. One more player
just
mid.
Keep coming.
And UPS comes out much better for all this. I mean, there are 2 players on the Tridents left. Both are pretty low, and they haven't won a significant amount of map control out of this. So,
but they might
see what they can do.
Timing and
free
space.
Frag there. Aussie.
And one of these players has... Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say, because Zing with the op there might not even know that they're entirely low, right? So that could have been... I think once they caught that kill in mid, which is I was kind of expecting, right? All that chaos just went down, and it's like, okay, where are the last 2, right? They might be 1 health, but like, we don't know where they're at. If they're able to, you know, catch some of those timings like they did on that first mid player... they definitely could have won that round.
Yes.
But,
yeah, I mean, that was a very, very tight round. Seiken doubling up there is big. I mean, he goes through the molly for those kills, so he was low HP, but he manages to get the second kill. This looks like an A play coming in. See if UPS
And
reacts.
UPS don't have
The op is
any
over
A
on
players.
B.
They are starting to rotate.
Donut.
They're rotating before the util even comes out. I mean, they took mid, and it looks like they might have gotten a peek down bottom ramp. Oh, this timing, though.
He's not expecting it that fast. Spooty gets Mickwick, and now Aussie's going to have to try and tuck into cave and play his life to keep this retake
He
alive.
fully gets out, and he gets one.
He gets Snow there, full blind from the flash. But still, this is an even man retake on the A bomb site. See if they can get the bomb down. There's the plant. Boom Taka caught sleeping, not ready for that peak. Switch 2 pushing forward and gets one as Trout kills one. I guess that was on Donut, but it's just Aussie now in the clutch. He saw Trout cross, and Trout doesn't seem to know that he's out. But Trout just not giving a fight over. This is a good protocol from ATL, just playing the bomb tap. And he gets it. And he has the
He
kit.
spots the shoulder.
That's a crazy 1v2. He has it.
He has the time.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
The timings on there were insane. I mean, I don't really know why it was Trout that was big box there, right? I kind of lost track of the names.
Yeah, I think this is another instance of ATL Tridents just needing to play the bomb tap. I mean, we saw it earlier, 2v1 on the B site. He wasn't even up short yet, and ATL Tridents are peeking, giving him the fights, giving ones.
Yeah.
There's no way for them to really swing together, but, I mean, even so, Switch 2 doesn't need to swing yet. He can wait, he can play the bomb, but still, it's a good clutch there to figure that one out from Aussie.
Yeah. You're just coaching your team.
Yeah. I'm definitely not molding at all. Don't worry about it.
I think it's okay that we have a little bias towards our respective teams.
Yeah, it would be hard not to.
But at the end of the day, do love some good Counter-Strike.
I would love to see a map 3. This is a fairly light investment on util, but CTs blow their own elbow smoke, and No-Go Snow gets a pick. CTs have basically abdicated middle with just one donut player. And it looks like they're reading this B play pretty well. See as the CTs blast through a smoke.
And Julio's just in the perfect position.
Yeah.
Spooty, though, does take out the long player.
But now it's down to a 1v3. I think he might have even just seen him there. Teammates might be yelling. Yep. Does get the first. And he knows the op now.
He has
plenty of time to work with.
He could fight.
I think Aussie should be fairly well known as well. But this is a nice position from Zing.
If he can manage to stay tucked, his hip, and he's out.
And he gets out, yeah. And now, are you expecting? No. He gets the peek over the op. So that's map 2, 13-8. It was a very strong CT showing there from UPS, only dropping the pistol round and the eco afterwards. So, yeah. I'm excited to see some Mirage.
I'm definitely excited to see some Mirage as well. I think the fun stat will be is if ATL is going to be able to take all 6 pistols this series or not. But yeah, I mean, what else do I have to say? I think that there's been lots of clutches. I've enjoyed watching this so far. I know maybe not, peak CS when it comes to some of the post-plant positions and some of the retakes necessarily. However, this is prospect, and I think all things considered, they have been playing pretty well off each other. I think there have been a lot of big rounds with lots of big trades, lots of chaos, and personally something that I love watching. Makes it exciting for me. But yeah.
I think it was a good showing from both teams on the CT sides. I think, Tridents there were, like I said, a couple rounds where they just didn't have the utility necessary. And I think UPS showed some real clutch factor on that map. I mean, not just the 1v2s that they're winning in some of those post plants, but, just in general, in the late round situations, they seem to, be really aware of what was going going on around the map most of the time. So
Yeah, and well, darn, I feel like I had a point and then I forgot it. You know, this is why I don't normally do casting.
no, it's good though. I think Mirage should be very exciting. I think much like Overpass is maybe not the Rage and Rigatoni's most practiced, most experienced map. I think Ancient is kind of that for the Tridents. I want to say they haven't played it since the first couple match days of the season, but I think both of these teams like Mirage a lot, and both of these teams should be very comfortable. So I'm excited to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, but I guess we can just throw it over to a quick break. I don't know if I want to keep trying to too much.
Absolutely. Works for me.
But stay tuned. We will be right back with map 3 on Mirage, UPS versus ATL. And we're live, back again with UPS versus ATL for map number 3 of the Prospect semifinals. And pistol round is underway. And what did we say we're watching for?
We're watching, see the strat depth on this map especially, compared to the other two. Looks like a
I'm
contact.
watching to see if ATL can take a 5th pistol in the series, if not even a 6th one.
Oh, it's true.
And sweep. Oh, and we have bomb and apps.
It is, in fact, going to be an A play. They're walking out underpass here. I don't think ATL have the info, but one spotted and one hurt. I think they might figure this out. Can the T's get up con? That's the question. Utaka takes one back.
Waiting. What is he shooting at?
And all of a sudden, the dust clears, and here's Ozzy in a 1v4. Snow just eats a nade from his teammate who is trying not to die. And this round is pure chaos, but there's ATL. 5 for 5 on pistols, if I'm correct.
Dude, pistol, I mean, okay, I don't know who's like necessarily the full pistol MVP, but MVP of that round definitely has to go to Boom, I think, for just like having the awareness to watch for, you know, even with all that mid fighting going on, to watch for a lurker, an A main, or Palace. Yeah. As he doesn't immediately connect onto the bomb player, but, you know, is able to take him down and then even zing on the follow up. So, like, completely shuts down that split.
That Palace player could easily find a ton of value there. It looks like the T's run into apps and my minimap freezes, but they are out. Oh my god.
Yeah. And I wanted to try and bring attention to Boom potentially being the anchor and, you know, see if you could do it back to back, as it looked like they were going for like a little QB sneak type play, you know, just go for a plant on the on A, but they pulled all the players off and then didn't come out.
Yeah,
Mick,
I'm not
what
sure
are you
about
doing?
the strat there. I will say on the B hold for ATL, it looked pretty clean from the kill feed. I didn't see exactly what went down, but I can leak that from their quarterfinal match, Switch 2 told Trout to drop his molly somewhere, and when the B rush came, Trout quite literally dropped it on the ground instead of throwing the molly. And they managed to hold the site, but it was very comical. You could just hear Trout saying, "Oh no," as everyone on the enemy team died. Sort of a similar result here. No bomb plant for the Rage and Rigatoni. You're right. I'm not really sure why he didn't end up sending it out of Palace and at least trying to get the plant.
I mean, like, what else were you like? Because even if there was a player there, then like, oh well, you know, they read the strat. But like, I don't know. Like, did you think that going back, like you were gonna like win the round somehow, like 2v4-5? Like,
I'm not sure what the idea was. Be curious to know for sure. No, missed window
smoke is actually going to favor UPS.
Yeah, Seika manages to take down Snow. It's maybe the AK at range there favoring him. See if Switch 2 can play around this cat smoke. They should. They have an idea he's here. I think they want him dead.
Oh, he the molly nade.
Oh, and he is going to have a hard time getting out of here alive. As I say that, timing lets him out. Spooty trades out Julio on A site. But this is now a 4v3 for the T's, and the bomb is heading towards B. This is the right call.
Spooty's managed to sneak his way into Pal. Is probably one of the best spots he can find in this moment.
One here. Man advantage now equalized.
But bomb is still over on B apps. Mick is just playing a different game than the rest of all the players on this map right now.
Playing prop hunt. Everyone else playing Counter-Strike. It seems like he's going to stall out here. They just don't have the info. I mean, I guess they didn't have anyone close enough to hear that rotate happen, but maybe they also don't know that. I think
what
Trout
info
is the
anchor. Expecting?
The only problem for ATL here is that, you know, there's one player here who just goes down, and now Switch 2 has 1 HP. What can he do to stop this take?
He gets a kill.
He does get one.
I mean, that's immense value off of somebody who literally should have died a minute ago on Cat. From all the spam and util that he was pinched by.
And this is not a great post plant from UPS, and I have seen a Spooty clutch. I remember a Spooty clutch, so we'll see. Switch 2 gonna make some space, get the spot, and just annihilates. And there's Spooty, and that's a nice
Switch getting
retake
2
from
kills
Spooty.
there on 1 HP is criminal.
Yeah,
that should not be allowed.
I don't understand how he did not die on Catwalk. I mean, he had nowhere to go. He barely had like a pixel to play with on the edge of that molly and the edge of the smoke where they would be shooting him. So crazy round from Switch 2. Very nice play on Catwalk. Very nice play to get one as the T's are trying to put the bomb down and just keep that round winnable.
And it looks like they are going to be just kind of bonusing into this round as a couple weapons to try and make some kind of magic happen, but should be able to buy next round.
Yep, couple smokes for A Smokes. Saken thinks better of just sending it through the molly, but A side is open. It's a mid fight here from the CTs, so we'll see what Boom Taka can do to delay. Defensive smoke in the middle of the site. He's full blind, gets peeled off. Spooty slides out on the site. Are they expecting another? No, they're not. He takes 2.
Mick is just going to stick the bomb plant, though. And he does get it down.
Does go down. Mick has now got an upgrade. He's in the smokes. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, not much.
Switch 2 trades out.
Has been on fire so far this map.
I just want to say, Spooty flew to the A site. He was top mid. If they had smoked that molly at the beginning of the round, he would have been very out of position. But he manages to just fly through and get through the smokes into triple. That defensive smoke from Boom Taka on the site gave him a lot of space to play with, and he gets 3.
Yeah, and now, I mean, UPS do have their buy this round, but it's kind of like, I don't know, in my mind, what do you do from here, right? I
definitely think you're looking at Zing to try and get you something here with the op. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Looks like we're defaulting towards mid and catch one jumping, but Spooty still gets one. Traded out. Not going to get away for free. Switch 2 taking this fight through the cat smoke again. Trades favorably on damage against Julio, but then eats a nade and it comes out about even. So the T's win mid. This is what they were looking for. And I don't know if Snow rotated too early to hear that molly tick in bottom mid. The T's really could go either way on this play right here. The CTs are fully committed to giving up the A site. The op is rotated around to B. So probably the best call here is to take up Con. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean, your op posted on bench is probably like the last thing that I think I'd want to see as a ATL fan. Right now, I do not think this is a very good setup for them, especially when, I mean, Boom is definitely the player that you would want to be solo on a site if, you had any rifler there, but I think, in my mind, why not just leave Snow to even just sit market, watch for the push, and Trout just go double up A.
And there's a window boost in. I don't know if Switch 2 is expecting this. He seems to be somewhat aware of it, and he spots the head on the fade there. The fade does Julio dirty, gives him no chance, and now, it looks like the T's have seemed to figure out that it's A, and that op being over on bench, like you said, that's maybe just a low percentage play. Like, I don't know how often you're going to get a ton of value.
He does just walk up gas, though, and snipe one in the back.
And this looks impossible now. I mean, Aussie in the 1v4, now 3, takes out Switch 2. Doesn't have the bomb,
no time to plant.
There's the clock.
Just has to try and save. Last thing he wants to do here is die.
See if he dies after time, and the flash is just a second too late. Boom Taka just swinging into it and staring at it and taking the fight.
And now you are faced with a tough economical decision.
Yeah.
What do you do when Aussie's only on $1,000 and you are down 0-5 on map 3?
This is where it's really easy to get pulled into a cycle of calling some tilt buys, where you just invest every round and you don't have enough to get across the finish line.
The rest of the players were definitely able to buy into this round, and I mean, Aussie with armor and a Galil managing to make this work, off of Mickwick's, I think, donation.
Ooh, good nade on the Spooty and Con.
Oh,
and he just goes through the smoke and he catches Spooty with Util out. It's a fast A pinch, but they've forgotten the bomb top mid.
Just jumps out window.
Manages to get out of dodge, but I don't think people are aware how far ahead of the play Saken is. He's about to flank Switch 2 and CT, and he misses his shot. Switch 2 is alive. No-Go Snow takes one down with the op. Gets a second on ramp. It's jungle and firebox. Now just jungle, and the bomb is coming in super late from ramp. I mean, this play was really well called, but they just didn't have the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely made things awkward. They've managed to turn it out into a 2v2.
Yeah, very winnable round.
And Switch, I mean, Boom is 1 HP.
They should get the plant down here.
Oh, but that flash.
Boom got both.
And boom with... Okay, what is it with ATL players in 1 HP just being... I don't know, just... honestly being even better than they were at 100.
I'm just going to go ahead. I'll take credit for this one as the coach, I just built them different.
Yeah, it's just like a buff,
Yeah.
They lose all fear the moment that they're like, okay, I'm just gonna go run out and you go trade me, right? I'll go run out there and die, but then in reality, it's like 2K.
Yeah. I'll say this. That is one thing that we notice at the start of the season is these guys have no fear. They are not scared of anyone or anything. If Boom wants Switch to run out and make space, he's going to do that. He'll jump out with a Glock and make space. And I think, that's a good piece of fundamentals. And it's it's another thing, though, to be getting a lot of kills on 1 HP. Yeah. 6-0 now. Rage and Rigatoni, they got to dig deep. This is it. Season on the line, map 3. Not the time to fall flat. Light util on the AK buy. And we got one Galil on Mickwick. And it looks like A smokes. Looks like a fast A play. CTs are not in con here. They're doubled up on site. This defensive smoke deployed again. Snow out in the open. T's hitting before the smokes go down actually pays dividends, but Spooty gets 2 back. If Spooty gets out without dying, yep, this is all of a sudden a man advantage retake. And they can't plant yet. Molly on default. Oh, Julio almost killing his teammate. They know Julio's location. Trout reloading and gets taken down. Julio about to go big here, I think. Switch 2 with the trade. Boom Taka takes down Julio close and leaves just Mickwick on the Galil in a ramp. 1 versus 3. No space to work with and now spotted out. And they both swing. Nice protocol from the Tridents there. They're not going to stick the bomb and take ones. They're just going to wide swing him. They know he isn't sure if they're off the bomb yet, and so they just take that opportunity to punish him. Wow.
Yeah. And I
really like that
honestly,
call, though.
Yeah, no doubt I think it was a good call to go for that fast A play. And I don't know, in my mind, I think what really killed them is these sight smokes that ATL has been throwing off these A hits the majority of the time. I think it's not something that, these players are necessarily used to seeing all that much.
Yeah.
It's not a super common piece of util. And I think in that moment, right, Sakin's got a lot of space and he's going real fast, but he kind of just gets separated from his team. And so it makes it a little harder to follow up on some of these trades. Yeah.
Although now Spooty gives one away in mid here. Snow trades with the op. And switch 2 up to his shenanigans. And Sakin is just not expecting him to keep doing it. But he's dead. He's so dead. Yep. Julio comes through the smoke. He has nowhere to run.
Punished.
Molly behind him.
What man has he made? Has he been consistent with his impact on Cat behind that Cat smoke?
And now Trout gets traded out 1 for 1 on the B site. And it leaves us now in 2 versus 2.
That window smoke's a bit deep, but Snow, I was going to say, maybe a little afraid to push in front of it, just go straight through it.
Yeah, I think Snow has a pretty good inkling that they didn't really have time to get close market. Spot 1 out on default now. We'll see if Snow can punish.
This market window is just
and it's
held.
Now just up to Mickwick on the bench. I think he was spotted. I think Snow has him. Yep.
Yeah. Mick just gives up that angle.
Yeah, I think Trout getting 1 there is a big factor as well. He didn't, farm them as they came out B, but he did manage to peel 1 off, stay alive for a decently long time, and yeah, the 2v2, the B hold, it's kind of tough there when you don't have any util or you don't have any forward positions to make something happen.
UPS are definitely still trying to, hang in there, I think, with these back-to-back-to-back buys. And I mean, they haven't even been all that horrible. Maybe
a lot of close rounds, a lot of bomb plants, but
Mick each time. But yeah, I mean, AK's full head armor coming out, even some good util.
Yeah.
And a timeout very much needed, I think, for the side of UPS if,
yeah.
Hopefully a chance to talk things through, maybe even get some emotions in check.
I was going to say, take a deep breath and just let it out and reset for a second, It's tough here. You're in a bad spot for sure, but this game is not over. I think both of these teams are very mentally strong, so, I think ATL needs to stay locked in, and I think UPS, they do need to wake up, but this ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta know, Kono, what's your opinion on throwing these insta mid-window and con smokes, even though they missed the window smoke here?
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment about the amount of this window smokes, which I mean,
This could pay off for Julio. I think he's in front of the play. Is Spooty ready? Looks like he's staring at the smoke. He opens it, but the break is just barely not good enough and leaves Julio on 20 HP. Snow's dead here to the underpass player. And now it's a 4v4. Bomb looks to be going underpass as the connector
Ozzy
player
actually
dies.
finds-
And now Boom Taka needs to get his. As UPS loses another to a nade from Cat. The util here from ATL Tridents looks very good. And now, I think this is the second time we've seen Trout in jungle, like ahead of the play. This rotate, it's been very timely. And he does manage to take out Sake and not ready for Trout to be tucked there. Nickwick trades back, and now he's into the one versus two. Dealing with the op here on jungle. Switch 2 isn't going to miss that one. Wow.
yeah. And I mean, does it really matter, like, about the window, instant con smoke if they're just gonna miss anyways? But I do think, I mean, the instant smoke's definitely to some degree necessary, right? Especially if you want to follow up with like any other util, or even just beat them from being able to like block the smoke, right?
Right. I guess I'm thinking more about the con smoke. I'm a big proponent that you should just molly it, because if they're gonna push through the smoke. And a lot of the times on Mirage, one of the hard things, like we saw there, is getting out of mid, up con. They didn't have a smoke for jungle, and they couldn't get across. Fast B play in. Oh, the mollies are good. Aussie's nowhere to go. Switch gets 2. Trout gets his. It's still alive on Van. And it's Saken with 30 HP and Nickwick on 32.
But the real killer in this round is going to be Spooty, who's managed to just find this fast rotate into market and picks up 2.
And that's just what Spooty has done all season.
10th. Is
just timely rotates in and, making sure he can capitalize on what his teammates have set him up for. Switch 2 with a ton of kills in this game already, but Spooty absolutely throughout the season has been the guy for ATL to just come in and clean up. And it's dire straits now. No plant means now we're officially on a half buy, saving for the last round, staring down the barrel of 11-0 if we can't make something happen here on A site. Although it does look like Boom has completely left the site open. He's running back in and catches one, walked out. They have the info.
I mean, something that I feel like he's been doing pretty heavily, but it's how exactly do you capitalize on it when you have players like Spooty and Snow who are able to rotate back so quickly and have just been so consistent about getting these picks. I think I've seen Snow with an op pick like every single round now. Just opening it up.
Yep. Snow has definitely woken up on this third map. He was maybe not having a ton of impact on Ancient, but lots of opening kills with the op. I'm a little curious why UPS elected to just throw stairs smoke. They had a second smoke. Maybe they just wanted the pace. Fair enough. They found an empty site, but they weren't able to capitalize. They needed, a right side smoke wall, I think, if they were going to get away with something there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tough round all around. And I what do you even do with the information at this point? I think Boom's been playing this A anchor spot, and he's just been playing it so far back.
Yeah.
Do you try and punish it by just walking up? But then you're dealing with Boom, and I mean, once again, another missed window smoke.
Yep. And switch 2 on the op now. He's feeling himself. You can tell it. 154 ADR coming into this round. He's not clearing Valley properly, though. But he still takes another down top mid. It's all of a sudden a 2v4. Zing, who went for this opening op pick, he blinks. There's 1 minute and 25 seconds on the clock, and, his whole team's dead almost.
Yeah, with Julio only on half health as well.
Julio might catch Trout here. Yep. Free frag.
Does. Definitely to, make the round interesting. But, I mean, without trying to get too far ahead of myself, at the same time, I can't help but think, is this really going to be, if it's a 12-0 pistol, or is
I don't think you're allowed
half,
to say it. This is Voodoo. He's UPS affiliated. He's trying to jinx it. Someone stop
I'm just
him.
saying, I'm not too happy with I mean, obviously 12-0 aren't good odds, but then even like, the very next round
It's
pistol
the
round,
pistol, yeah, true.
ATL's been good for 5 out of the 5 pistols so far.
Are they clearing bench here? Nope. So Spooty does go down, but they've known for a second that it's B. We'll see if Zing can put something together. But he's not ready for Boom to already be out that far. And that's going to be a 12-0 half. An absolutely monstrous CT side from the Tridents. Switch to just holding W and running it down on Catwalk. He comes out with 19 frags, and Spooty not too far behind on 13. And Boom on 13 as well. So that's a switch 2 round, a switch 2 moment, but an overall team performance here too from ATL. So what do you say if you're Mickwick here, captain for the Raging Rigatoni?
I mean, whatever you can. Like, it's your whole season, right?
Yeah.
Like,
there's no point in quitting yet. That's for sure. Did ATL call a timeout for this?
And maybe it is a timeout. It is ATL's timeout too. Which, hey, I mean, I think this was a tactic they used on Ancient. I thought about bringing it up, but or maybe it was Overpass. Actually, I think it was Overpass. But right at the half, ATL called a timeout after having come off of a pretty large win streak, right? And it's like, maybe trying to ice them out, maybe trying to make them second guess any pre-planned pistol strats they had, maybe even just reviewing their own pistol strat, if they've got something nice and laid out, which I wouldn't be surprised, with how dominant they've been in the pistol so far.
Yeah, I think the thing here is ATL is pretty good on these pistols, and I think this is a fake on a fake from what they did. They're seeing if UPS watched their demo. In their quarterfinal, they faked this cat rush, and then they went A, and they got a full empty sight. But here, they're popping out B, and the rotate does not come in. I think they were correct. I think UPS looked at that demo. Maybe it was just a slow rotate, but either way, they're going to find the B site. They're going to find the plant, and now it's 3v3. Snow's watching flank. He is so ready for this. And Boom peels off Saken, and now it's Zing in a 1v2. Or 2v2. Ozzy's still alive. My bad. But he's coming in with 5 HP. No kit here. Zing's gonna get Boom. 1 versus 1. And Spooty wins it. And there you have it. 13-0. Wow, what a series. I think, the first 2 maps were very entertaining and very close. But I do think the Tridents, they looked pretty solid on CT side Mirage.
Yeah, unfortunately, a couple rounds maybe escaping, maybe a couple rounds starting to just not even being able to find any sort of answer or response to some of the plays and setups that ATL clearly practiced for Mirage here, as they definitely looked very strong on their CT side, even if you tried to argue around some of the missed util from UPS and whatnot. I still think regardless, even if they had played a little cleaner, ATL definitely did not look weak at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is the difference for ATL from Ancient, is in a lot of those closer situations, they were just trading well. Instead of letting UPS, get ones a lot of the time, even if you managed to kill Switch, Trout was going to get 1 back, So a lot of good defensive utility on the CT side and a lot of good trades. And, that's just some good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know. So obviously,
I can go score check the other semifinal as well.
Yeah, do that. That's what I was thinking about, actually. So I was I didn't really think I had any more comments about this game. I was going to mention that we had kind of put this together last minute, and I definitely appreciate you coming on and, being the counter to my bias with your own.
Yeah, it was nice to have some even bias. I guess close your eyes and ears if you don't want spoilers. But Boa, Crowned Cobra's 1 map 1, and they've moved on to map 2 Train and are up 11-7. So Associates really up against the wall 2? Here. I highly recommend you guys head over to the A stream and check out what's going on over there. I think it's a really good game, and the winner of that one will be playing the Tridents in the grand finals.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll just go ahead and end it off there. I forgot the map one did go to, I think, at least a double overtime.
Yeah.
So I definitely thought they'd be much farther in their series. I mean, I guess, yeah, with map 3 on our end being a 13-0, like, still hopefully potentially a lot of Counter-Strike to be played over in that ACA BOA match. So
Absolutely.
I will not keep us here any longer. It was it was amazing to be able to cast with you,
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Scoob. Thank you to our amazing production from Firehawk. You know, getting some cool replays in that I didn't really get to see because I was stuck staring at my own monitor. But I'm sure that they were sick. And thank you for everyone who watched. And yeah, good night, CSC. Go watch that A stream. Mwah, mwah, bye.
Good night.